Hello, I am back to share, um, as the title suggests, to share this topic of my past regarding this trauma with sex, because I don't think I can say the full word on YouTube. So the abuse that came from that when I was a child, and just the trauma that came along with it. Yay! So if you hear noises, it's because Forrest is right here, just chewing his bone. Forrest, say what's up to the camera. All right. Anyways, yeah. So don't mind that noise. So so it started when I was okay. Let me like run down the chronological order of everything. So first experience, because there was multiple. So my first experience was when I was um like maybe 4 or 5, like around that age, and it was by the hands of a family member. And move a little forward to, I don't know, maybe like 9 or 10. And that was again at the hands of a family member. Let's move along to like 11 or 12, something like that. 12, again at the hands of a family member. These are all different, by the way, all different people. And then I had an experience when I was in high school. It was my senior year in high school, and I had gone to a party, and obviously drinks involved, blah blah blah. But I wasn't that intoxicated where I didn't know what was going on. I did know what was going on, and I remember saying no, and they didn't listen. So there's that one. So quite some experiences in my young childhood, adolescence, I guess you can call them. So that's that. Those are the experiences. Um, I'm not gonna go into detail because there's just no point. There's no point. And honestly, I don't even think I could go into detail because I think maybe YouTube might like censor it. So, anyways, besides the point, those were my experiences, and I feel like everything started to kind of unravel for me. Like I started to really feel the trauma mentally, emotionally, physically in my high school years, like when I was in high school. And this came out in all sorts of forms, which is all textbook. Like, you start to, it's depression, suicide, what do you call it? Um, Drugs and alcohol, just doing a bunch of stuff and trying to kind of numb it, trying to repress and not face what's underlining. But at the same time, I don't really think I knew what I needed to face because I kept replaying them, the experiences, but I didn't know like what to do with them, if that makes sense. So I really didn't know where to start. And needless to say, in a bunch of my stupid choices that I made during this time in high school, for one of those stupid choices, my family got like it got my family's attention, and honestly, so I think they only know about one situation. I don't really think they know about everything to the extent of what I was going through. So I think that they think that they were trying to get me help because of that one experience. And mind you, it's an experience of like it all stems from the same type of trauma. So I guess it's the same thing. But yeah, so they after I did something stupid, so they got me help. And at the time, I didn't realize that they were trying to help me. At the time, I felt betrayed. I'm like, how, why would you do this to me? I'm just a bunch of why me type of thinking, victim mentality. And yeah, so I got the help, or I got help, and it I just wasn't accepting of it then. I didn't, because I didn't even know what I wanted to do. Like, I didn't even know how I wanted to handle it. So when someone else came in and was like shoving the only way to handle it, to me at least, it was like, I didn't welcome it. It was just not something I would have chosen. Oh my gosh, I freaking recorded 30 minutes and you can't hear anything because this freaking died. It was a good ass video too. I cried the last video. Oh my gosh. All right, I guess this happened for a reason. Anyways, back to this. It's gonna sound funny now because my stupid mic doesn't work anymore. But so what I was saying was that I was getting help and I didn't welcome it. But you know, now looking back, I can see that they're just trying to help me out. They're just trying to do what was best for me at that time. And so after going through that, after doing my own sort of like help, excuse me, and kind of it just spiraling out, to be honest. Like I was like, after I was in toxic relationships after toxic relationships and didn't really learn my lesson because I had something underlying that I couldn't even deal with or face. So I went to school. I went to college right after high school and to get my degree in psychology without me really realizing that I'm doing it because I wanted to help myself. Because, you know, at the time I'm just like, oh yeah, psychology is like so interesting. The mind is so complex, it's abstract, and you get to help people, or you get to help people, but you also get to know why people do what they do. So, you know, I'm like, oh yeah, that's why I'm going, but really it's because I wanted to freaking fix myself. So, you know, during those years that I was going to school and learning, I learned a lot, and I was also doing a lot of my own self-help. This is when I was doing, I'm sorry, when I was starting to read more. So I was reading a lot of like enlightenment books, self-help books. My romance phase didn't come till much later, but anyways, yeah, so I was reading all types of books, and I feel like one of the books that stood out to me, that really helped me during that time, that can, like I said, stood out, is called The Power of Now, and it's from Eckhart Tolle. That book helped me out a lot because it's a very redundant book if you haven't read it, but it's a really good book. And basically, he's just trying to drill into you that the power of now is you being in the now, you focusing your thoughts, like your attention, your awareness, it's in the now. And obviously when you're depressed or when you're going through these type of emotions, you're not thinking about the now, you're thinking about the past or the future. So the more you can ground yourself in the now, the better it'll be for you to kind of like accept things for how they are and also let things go. So I like I said, that I felt like that helped me along with some other books. But then I feel like because I've been married before. I was married when I was 20, and then when I got divorced at 21, I sought out help, but this time it was for me, like on my terms. So I went to go get help, and you know, I'm talking to this person, and I'm realizing that I've been shoving and repressing these feelings and emotions for as long as I can remember. And yeah, like my own journey of like trying to help myself was working, but then I got into this particular relationship, and all hell broke loose. Like everything just came back out. Like all the work I supposedly thought I didn't do anything. And I learned that with these sessions. I don't even know how many sessions I've went to. Not a lot, but I learned through that I'm like, oh yeah, I still have work to do. And so that was at that 21. At 22, I tried shrooms for the first time. Disclaimer, I'm not saying you need to go do that, but it works for me. So I did psychedelics, and yeah, that like opened a whole new door for me. And honestly, this was the start of my spiritual, my, what do you call it? My awakening. There you go. I was like, what do you call it? Yeah, my awakening, my spiritual awakening. And at when it was 2020, the year 2020, like after that, because you know that whole year was a pivotal year for society as a whole, for the whole world. That after that year, it's when my spiritual journey started to really like unfold and unravel. And when I had my daughter at in 2020, when I had her in 2022, that's when it really like boom, it picked up, because I had her, and that was an experience on its own, which I'll make a whole nother video about that one. And then I was in a car accident 4 months after having her, which is another experience of its own that I'll make a whole nother video on, but that one's still a little fresh, so I don't know about that one. But anyways, so you know, a bunch of things just started happening that my spirituality and my self, how you call it, like my self growth, like my growth, my self healing, like all that just started to like come up, like everything. So I was facing a lot of demons, to say the least. Like I was just going through a lot, trying to maneuver everything, like life, and then just still trying to kind of deal with whatever was lingering. And through my awakening, through my journey with growing myself, with evolving myself, with facing my demons, with just really unpacking and unraveling everything that I've been through, it just taught me that I have compassion for those people. It showed me that I have compassion. It showed me that I forgive them and everyone else that's ever done me wrong. Like I even forgave myself, because in all that and a lot of the stupidity that I would do, it would be in the name of my trauma. Like I'm like, oh yeah, I'm doing this, but it's because I've been through so much and blah blah blah, like, you know, victim mentality type. And yeah, like I forgave myself. I forgave them, I forgave myself. I have compassion in my heart for them and myself. And now this is where I'm at, where I'm in a place of acceptance. So there's like the 5 griefs, the 5 stages of griefs, I think that's what it's called. And the last one is acceptance, and that's where I'm at. Like I just completely accept my whole life for what it was, for what it is, that it makes me just so grateful and appreciative for everything that I went through, because everything and every experience, every decision, every choice brought me to where I am now. And I wouldn't be where I am, I wouldn't be who I am if it weren't for any of those things. So yeah, I am really grateful for everything that's happened to me. I'm also really grateful that I can see it from this perspective of like, with compassion, with grace, I can just see it from a different perspective. And it makes me so happy that I'm here, that I'm finally here right now, talking about it and making it known. Hopefully attracting whoever it needs to attract, whoever it needs to find. I'm just praying and hoping that this finds whoever it needs to, because I'm like, my vulnerability went out the window like 3 videos ago. So I don't, I feel like I have nothing else to lose. Like I feel like I've been through hell and back multiple times to be like, I can do this. I can freaking do this and go through it and be fine. And know I'm gonna come out just fine. Because like right now, like I'm over here pulling out, because I have so much hair that I'm shedding right now because I'm freaking stressed out. I haven't been working still, or I haven't found a job still. And bills are piling up, and I'm just stressed out. But I also know that God has, stop, Forrest, nibbling on my feetsies. I also know that God has something great in store for me, and I haven't lost my faith. I know things better days are coming, and at the same time, I'm grateful because I get to spend this free time with my daughter, and that's like the best gift I can ask for right now. So you know, I know I'll be fine. But yeah, and then well, speaking of her too, so right now she's at her grandma's house, and like I make it to where I know she'll know to how could I say? So when she was 1 and she started to kind of understand what I was saying to her, I made it known like, hey, this is your private, nobody touches it. Forrest Gump, are you okay? Yeah, I made it completely known that this is yours and yours only, and no one else can touch it. So I feel like building awareness around this particular topic is going to help. It's going to help everyone, society, because there are so many crimes against humanity happening right now regarding this particular topic that is just so disgusting. And I feel like the more awareness we have, that we put out there, that we talk about, like it's gonna make people uncomfortable. I'm from a Hispanic household, and for us to even consider this topic, it's taboo. It's completely taboo, and it's so annoying. Like, why does it have to be so uncomfortable that no one wants to talk about it? Like, no, we need to make people uncomfortable. We need to make people realize that things are happening. Crimes against humanity are happening right now as we speak, and it just needs to stop. It needs to come to an end. So I am like, so I'm not, I forget the difference, the authoritarian or authoritarian. Okay, I'm not that parent, the one that's like, you gotta do this because I said so. I'm not that type of parent. But when it comes to my daughter's safety, when it comes to her being with people, so one, she does not stay with strangers. She does not stay with family members that she normally never stays with, because obviously my experiences were at the hands of family members. She doesn't, yeah. So, and even if she's with family, like I call, I check in all the time. I'm like, how is she doing? I'm gonna keep bugging you because I want to make sure she's fine. And I can't wait till she's old enough to really understand, and her and I have these conversations, and I'm like, or she starts telling me, you know, hey, hopefully this never has to happen, but I know she will, her and I will have that communication where I know she could be like, hey mom, like, can I talk to you? Like, you know, and I'll be like, yeah, let's talk about it. But not on my watch. That's all I'm saying. Like, I am not letting anything happen to my daughter on my watch. So beware. But yeah, I feel like the more awareness we build around this topic, like in your next family reunion, go freaking bring this up. And if people start to be like, what the, like, I don't want to talk about this, be like, oh, really? Well, those kids that are experiencing it, I'm sure wouldn't want to talk about it either, let alone experience it. So let's talk about it. And I feel like, again, I think Spirit was like trying to tell me, because okay, the other day, 2 nights ago, I couldn't go to sleep. I was awake all night, and I kept hearing and seeing this video, like hearing me, like what I was gonna say, and I just couldn't go to sleep all night. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I freaking get it. And I'm like, okay, maybe either it's because they think someone needs to hear this, or maybe because they feel like I need to put it out there, which is fine, because I'm like, I don't care anymore. We could talk about this all day if we want. So for whatever reason, you know, I'm here sharing it, and I feel like it's for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. That's freaking life. And I think that me sharing this now, especially in this state of mind that I'm in, I think it's more of a, I think this video is more for like an awareness. So to bring awareness on this topic, because a lot of people can't talk about it without feeling embarrassed. A lot of survivors, because I'm a survivor. Yeah, I don't care. I am. And like I'm a woman. I'm strong. And I tell myself all the time. I tell myself, I'm like, girlfriend, you are brave, you are strong, you are everything. And I tell the same things to my daughter. I'm like, baby girl, you are brave and you're strong and you're feisty, because she's so feisty. Oh my gosh. But I love it. I love it. So anyways, sidetracked. So because I know I'm a survivor, I know now what I wish I had then. And because I was in my victim state of mind, I didn't know what I needed a voice. And what I needed was, I needed to talk to a grown up. Because I made friends all along the way regarding this, common ground. I had people that, I could talk to, but it wasn't a grown up. It wasn't someone that I feel like could really have done something. Yeah. And I'm not just saying like done something like take me to go get help, because that's the aftermath. What I'm saying is when something happened, or like when it's still fresh, then you talk to someone and do something about it right away, because it's the laws here are stupid, and after a certain amount of time, like it doesn't even matter, because whatever, that's another story. But yeah, so I think that I wish I would have had someone that I could have confided in, that I could have trusted in, and not felt ashamed in wanting to get help. Because I think that's the problem of a lot of victims, is that we feel ashamed, we feel like we're not worthy. There are so many emotions, thoughts, ideas, beliefs that come into the mind of a victim, and it's like, yeah, that's not good. That's not good. But again, with resources, there's so many resources out there, and with resources, with help, with support's a big one. I feel like with all of that, it really makes a difference. So yeah, like I said, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be who I am with all that happened, and I'm just so grateful. I truly am so happy with my life, and there's nothing I would change. There is nothing I would change about my life, because everything was just meant to happen for me to be here right now, where I'm at right now. And it just makes me feel like I have that something else to put on my like another little badge to put on my little satchel thingamabobber, like when you're in the Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts and they give you little badges when you accomplish something. Yeah, it's like I have another one. I have something else that I freaking conquered and defeated, and what now? That's how I feel. But yeah, so I feel that if this finds you, just know, I know what it's like. I know what you're going through or what happened. Like I just know, and there's so much support out there, but at the same time, so much love out there for you. Like there's like brighter days are coming. Yeah, like it's gonna get so much better. Only though if you allow it and choose to look at that instead of you still looking at the problem, the issue, the situation. Like if you focus your direction and like try to go the other way of like, you know what, I can see in the horizon, some light is coming out, then it will. The light will always win, my friends. It always wins. Light and love always win. And at that, I'm gonna end it right here. So let me know what you think. See you later.